Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Spellbinders is continuing with their tropical theme for the large die of the month, Grand Tropical Flamingos. Pretty hard to think of the tropics without a flamingo popping to mind. So here we go. This die set contains 2 flamingos, a large flower, smaller florals, and lots of foliage. I started off by embossing a panel using the 3D embossing folder of the month, Scattered Tropics. It is being adhered to an A2 size card base. To draw the eye in, I'm going to be creating a contrasting backdrop for my focal point. A very dark green cardstock and white sheen foam have been die cut with a die from the Essential Stylish Ovals die set. I'll be using one of the flamingos from the Grand Tropics Flamingo die set. And as you can see, I'm going fuchsia. The die cut for the beak is rounded on the ends so that the head can sit on top and provide a backdrop for the eye. So this is where I made a mistake and I went back afterwards and fixed it. There is a die that produces a teardrop shape and I couldn't for the life of me figure out what it was. It was one of those things that dawned on me in the middle of the night, of course after the card was made. It's the thigh of the flamingo. Quite literally, I'm ruffling this flamingo's feathers. There are some cute little partial die cuts and I'm just pushing them up with my craft pick. I've borrowed one of the sentiments from the Glimmer of the Month Tropical Flower. In keeping with the flamingo, it was foiled with fuchsia flower. The coordinating die was used to cut both the sentiment and white sheet foam so I could stack them. I've die cut 2 of the leaves that I'm working on now. The base of the leaf was cut out of medium green cardstock, the layering piece out of yellowish green. This die set comes with a large bloom that I've cut out of pink cardstock. Attached to each petal is the center of the flower with its unique shape. All of the flower centers will align to one another. You just match up the shape and set the petal down. This is a really cool concept and makes it so easy to put this bloom together. Because these flower centers are being stacked on each other, you're automatically building in some great dimension. This flower also comes with 3 die cuts to create furls. I've cut them out of a lighter shade of pink. This flower is a really good size. I've used it in conjunction with the other elements in this die set, but it definitely could stand on its own. The base for the center of the flower was cut out of gold glitter cardstock, the stamens out of black. I think that the pop of the glitter makes for a nice finishing touch. And now I'm ready to pull this card together and I have everything laid out on my panel. And the first thing that I'm going to do is to adhere some of the elements to that oval focal point. Once these leaves are in place, then the flamingo can be adhered to the oval. Bottom of the flamingo's legs crossed accidentally, but I thought they looked so cute that I've decided to keep them that way. I've cut a small foam square in half and I'll just place it on the bottom because the feet are going to extend off of the foam backed oval onto the card base eventually. The other thing that I did was I cut the flamingo's body from black sheet foam to stack it so that it would have some elevation off of the oval. Of course, that fuchsia is really going to make it pop from that dark green, but the added dimension adds that extra special something. Now I can remove that oval and deal with the foliage that is going to be tucked behind it. I'll set the little flowers aside for now and I'll deal with them right at the end. And after I've got the tropical leaves adhered, then I'm ready to attach my foam-backed oval panel to the card base. And I don't think that I mentioned that there was a die cut that looked kind of like a crown to me, so I cut it out of gold glitter cardstock and adorned the flamingo's head. The leaf that's hanging off of the foam-backed oval, I've popped in a foam square. Of course, I already dealt with the flamingo's feet, and so those were attached. And then I flipped my panel over and trimmed off the stem. A combination of foam squares and liquid adhesive will be used to attach the flower with the sentiment on it to the card. Foam squares were positioned on the petals that would be overhanging the foam-backed oval. Just about done, and now I'm going to add in those two final flowers. One will be tucked between the two tropical leaves on the left-hand side, and then the final flower will go on the right. Peach opalescent sequins are used to embellish the card and to finish off the centers of the flowers. And that wraps up this card featuring the gorgeous and fabulous large die of the month, Grand Tropical Flamingos. I love Spellbinder's tropical theme for this month. I know we've just made it through another winter, but wouldn't this set be perfect for when the winter blues hit? Thank you so much for joining me, and as always, I appreciate your visit.